Welcome everyone to the 2020 Candidates Town Hall. The Rossmoor Homeowners Association is proud to be able to offer this event every 2 years as part of our service to our members and the community as a whole. We welcome Janet Nguyen. Hello Janet, good evening. Thank you for joining us this evening. And is she the only one that we have with us this evening? Looks like it. Okay, let's do it.
Thank you. So do I get double the time? Oh, wait, no, you want to leave early, right?
Good evening. Thank you for being here with us tonight. We'd like you to begin by giving us a 2-minute open introduction to yourself.
Thank you. Good evening. And first, I want to thank the Rossmoor Homeowners Association for hosting this and for giving me an opportunity. Again, I'm Janet Nguyen, also a former state senator. I represented this district, this city, for 4 years in the state senate. Prior to that, I was also a county supervisor. Although I did not represent Rossmoor as a county supervisor, I worked with your county supervisor, then Supervisor John Morlock, on a lot of issues that we dealt with in Rossmoor. Also a former councilwoman. Just a little background of myself. My family came from Vietnam. We were the boat people. My father fought alongside American soldier in Vietnam, and my uncle was an officer who was executed right before the fall of Saigon. And so after fall of Saigon, my father was sought for re-education camp, and so we had to escape. And we escaped, and we escaped by boat onto Thailand and onto California. We were sponsored by a church group to come to California. Coming to this country as a refugee, we were very poor, didn't speak any English, and we were able to be part of the social service programs. We wanted welfare food stamps, and at 10 years old, I was already cleaning houses with families and friends so that we can make a little bit of money. And we did a little bit better, moved to Orange County. And so, you know, that's my history in terms of having to be this country. I love this country. My brother also my brother is a retired Marine. So you can see that military service in my family is very deep and very proud of. And so, again, thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Thank you. We have a series of questions that we'd like to ask you at this point that have been given to us by the community. First one is, as you know, Rossmoor is an unincorporated area within the county. As such, we have no local representation, and the County Board of Supervisors is our governing body. In your representative role as a state assembly member, how would this unique governmental relationship influence your view of our needs as citizens, and how do you plan to represent the needs of Rossmoor residents both locally and to the state?
I will not treat Rossmoor any different. As you can see, as your former senator, a lot of our celebrations in our city, such as our Winterfest, our May celebration, our concerts in the park, I was personally here and attended. Anytime I was back in the district, I came to the city, came to the board meetings as well, and worked alongside your board members and also your general manager, and just to making sure that we know what the issues are and we're fighting for you. So there's no difference where I was 4 years ago as your senator and how I would treat this city, because you are as important as any other cities, and any residents in the district itself are very important to me.
Thank you. Next question. Will you support the more than 200 residents of South Rossmoor who are demanding acoustic monitoring of traffic from the wide 405 freeway and improvements to the existing inadequate sound wall to bring it up to current standards? What agencies would be involved in having this issue be resolved in a timely manner?
Absolutely. As your former senator, I was with you in the forefront of fighting for those sound walls. We were there, we wrote letters, we wrote legislations in Sacramento, forcing to make sure that Caltrans and also OCTA abide by the sound walls, because it is very important for the quality of life of Rossmoor residents, and also not only just Rossmoor, Seal Beach, and also Los Alamitos as well in our area, and on to actually Westminster and Fountain Valley in the entire district, and portion of it is in Huntington Beach as well. So absolute, I was there fighting with you, alongside you when I was in the Senate for 4 years, and I will still be doing the same thing.
Thank you. Do you support continued funding for the California high-speed rail? If yes, where would you find the more than $60 billion needed to complete the Los Angeles to San Francisco system? If no, how would you wind down the project?
It's a no. That bullet train is to nowhere. It is a waste of money of California. It's not moving, and it keeps on doubling and quadrupling the cost every time we turn around and look at the project. We need to wind down the project and call it quit before it gets any worse. The funding can go to other areas of the state, which are like fixing our infrastructure that we've promised. We need to fix infrastructure, but infrastructure is not just the highway and the freeways here. We're talking about surface streets, not just a major surface street, but also neighborhood as well. There are potholes, and cities locally, whether they're cities or unincorporated, needs those funding to fix the cities' potholes and streets construction within our areas, and that's what I did as a county supervisor. We allocated funding for individual cities and unincorporated areas, and we also did so when I was in the Senate as well.
Thank you. Number 4, how do you propose we safely open up struggling mom-and-pop businesses, the self-employed and other essential entities such as houses of worship that have been hurt because of the state and county mandates that appear more favorable and generous to big businesses?
The local businesses are, our mom and pop business is the backbone of our economy, especially locally. We have to do whatever it takes to start bringing back these businesses, of course, with the mindset that making sure that it's safe for the employees and also for customers as well. And if we need to aid and bring in more grants, we need to do that, because at the end of the day, as I mentioned, they are the economy within our cities and in our areas. And if we don't provide and be able to allow them to open safely, you have already seen a lot of them who've been beacons of our area for 40 plus years are closing down. People want to provide for their family. They want to provide a quality of life for their family and children. Let's allow them to do so. Let's give them guidelines, and let's give them the support they need. And that's what Sacramento should be doing, versus going from one system to another system, closing and opening, closing and opening. Businesses need to prepare, especially if it's a restaurant.
Okay, time is up on that question. Thank you. Okay, one last question. Do you support or oppose the proposition to raise business property taxes? On what basis do you formulate your opinion?
Are you talking about Prop 15? I oppose Prop 15. Prop 15, what people don't understand is that when property taxes are raised in businesses, the mom and pop's restaurants and businesses are the one who's going to be bearing the burden of those costs. When they bear those burdens of those costs, the consumers will then have the higher price of goods costs as well. So in the end, it is a no-win situation for the community. And so we have to, and especially during this economic difficult time in our country, and not only our state and our county and our cities, this is not the time to start increasing billions and billions of dollar taxes. This is the time where we lend a hand to helping these businesses, not taking more from them and forcing them to shut down.
Thank you. You now have 1 minute for your closing comments.
Again, I just want to thank the Rossmoor Homeowner Association. I'm running for state assembly is because we haven't had a representation here in the last couple of years. We had a member who voted for AB 5. AB 5 is the worst bill, the worst job killer bill in the state of California. We need someone up there who has experience, who can get to Sacramento and work immediately, and I'm that candidate. I've been honored and have been given your support. Majority I've always had majority of Rossmoor support in my elections. And I'm asking you, please give me that opportunity. My experience and my effort in fighting and making sure that we fight for our residents will be taken up to Sacramento. Right now, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars, almost $1 million coming into our district, and they're all from Sacramento. Those who are destroying and taxing our state and taxing our residents and hurting our local cities. And I'm here. I'm actually showing up. That's the first thing, is I will show up like I have when I was in the Senate, and I will continue to do so as your representative. Please give me the honor of having your support. Again, I'm Janet Nguyen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janet, for your participation and showing up. We appreciate that.